Happy Halloween! Here's some of my favorite examples of camouflage and mimicry in the insect kingdom, plus a couple spiders because I want to. Starting off strong with the bird poop spider. Yep, it is mimicking bird poop, which, honestly, great strategy because there's no way that little dude's getting eaten. Next up, this is not a snake. This is a caterpillar. Specifically, this is a species of hawk moth caterpillar that is doing a very good job of looking like a teeny tiny snake. Good for them. They're absolutely adorable. 10 out of 10. Great work, buddy. This is not a leaf. This is a butterfly. Additionally, this is also not a leaf. This is a moth that looks so much like a curled up leaf. It is ridiculous, but there's no actual curls on the wings. Those are just patterns to make it look like a curled up leaf. We also have this spider, which, take a second, see if you can find it. If you can't quite see it, it is flat down, pressed itself flat against the stick, making it look like it's just bark. Like you can see right up there. Oh, my finger's disappearing. Right up there, that's its face. That's the spider. Imagine being an insect. You're just landing on this piece of branch thinking it's just a regular twig, and there's a fucking spider there. Rest in peace. One of the prettiest examples in my opinion, and one most people are probably familiar with, are orchid mantises resembling orchids. There can be a wide variety of different species of orchid mantises mimicking different orchids, but they all look really neat, and I personally am a big fan of mantises in general, so I love these guys. I also have a few examples of Batesian mimicry, as was also already seen in the caterpillar that looks like a snake. That is organisms of one species mimicking a organism of a different species, generally a harmless species mimicking a dangerous species, such as in the case of this hoverfly. Hoverflies are fully harmless. They're just there. They're not going to do anything. They cannot hurt you. But they look a hell of a lot like a wasp or a bee, which will hurt you. So, most predators don't want to be stung by a wasp or a bee, and so they see this black and white patterning and they're like, oh shit, this is a bee, and then they don't eat it. This is also repeated with the hornet moth, which, yeah, this is a moth. I did not know that these guys were really a thing until I got finished with my entomology lab today, because we were talking about the different, like, moth and butterfly species, and we were talking about, yeah, these guys mimic hornets. And yeah, if I saw that thing flying at me, I would not think, oh, it's fine, it's just a moth mimicking a hornet. I would think, oh no, there's a hornet flying at my face. So again, great job. And finally, we gotta end off with one of the best known examples, the monarch butterfly versus the viceroy butterfly. So monarch butterflies are probably one of the most well-known species of butterflies. If you ask somebody off the street, hey, can you name me a type of butterfly, they would almost definitely go monarch butterfly. But they often get confused with the viceroy butterfly, or actually, I guess more the viceroy butterfly gets confused with the monarch because the monarch is way better known. So the monarch butterfly is also very toxic due to the milkweed that they eat. I made a video elaborating on that a little bit more a while ago if you want to check that out. But basically, the milkweed they eat contains a compound which makes them unpleasant to eat. They taste bad and they are toxic, so you end up just throwing them back up anyway. Now, the viceroy butterfly does not eat milkweed, but through mimicry, it happens to have a pattern that looks quite a bit like monarch butterfly, which results in them being misidentified by both people and predators as a monarch butterfly. So the predators are like, ah, I know this is a monarch, they taste bad, so I'm not gonna eat this, when in reality it is a viceroy butterfly that just looks very similar to the toxic monarch. There's way more examples of both mimicry in camouflage, looking like just part of nature, Or again, this base scene mimicry where you look like something that is toxic, but they're not actually. So if you want more, just, I don't know, search it up, look for some. It's really cool. Again, happy Halloween. Go out and pretend to be a toxic monarch butterfly.